SkyTour news for June 24th. I'm Amanda Curran. A day of firsts. Today in 1982, the first space astronaut is launched into space. Launched from the Baikonur Cosmodrome today in 1982, Soyuz T-6 was a manned spaceflight that carried two Soviet cosmonauts as well as a Frenchman, Jean-Luc Chrétien, the first French astronaut to enter space. The Soyuz T-6 spacecraft arrived at the Salyut 7, and after docking with the station was completed manually, the crew performed joint Soviet-French experiments, including cardiovascular ecology and antibiotic experiments, alongside the station's resident crew of the Soyuz 5. The flight lasted 7 days, 21 hours, and 50 minutes, and made Chrétien the first Western non-American to go to space, as well as the first Western European. Today in 1985, Sultan Salman Assad returns to Earth aboard Discovery 5. STS-51G was the 18th flight of NASA's Space Shuttle program and the 5th flight of the Space Shuttle Discovery, and carried Sultan Salman Assad of Saudi Arabia on board as a payload specialist. This made Assad the first Arab, the first Muslim, and the first member of a royal family to fly into space. STS-51G carried 3 communication satellites as its primary cargo, and all 3 successfully utilized PAM-D booster stages to achieve geosynchronous transfer orbits after being deployed from Discovery. Also carried was the Spartan 1 carrier module, which was deployed and operated successfully, independent of the orbiter, before being retrieved. Discovery also carried experimental materials, processing furnace, several French biomedical experiments, and 6 getaway special experiments, which were all successfully performed. After a mission duration of 7 days, 1 hour, and 38 minutes, Discovery landed safely at Edwards Air Force Base today in 1985. Today in 2012, Shenzhou 9 manually docks with Tianzhong 1. Shenzhou 9 was the 4th manned spacecraft flight of China's Shenzhou program, and was the 2nd spacecraft and 1st manned spacecraft to dock with the Tianzhong 1 space station. The mission's crew also included the first Chinese female astronaut, Liu Yang. Shenzhou 9 docked with China's first space lab, Tianzhong 1, on June 18th, marking China's first manned spacecraft rendezvous and docking. This docking was remotely controlled from a ground station. 6 days later, on this date in 2012, Shenzhou 9 detached from the station and then redocked manually under the control of crew member Liu Yang, making it the first manual docking for the Chinese program and the 3rd country to successfully perform this feat. Shenzhou 9 undocked on June 28th and landed by parachute in Inner Mongolia the next day. This is SkyTour News. I'm Amanda Curran.